Hi everyone, welcome back to another week of Preschool Adventures with Miss Jill. This week we begin on Monday with Monday Morning Circle Time, our last of February. So we just kind of recap everything that's up here and we take a deeper look at the letter T. We practice writing it, do the sign language, talk about the sound it makes, and say a few words that start with that sound, and then try some tongue twisters together. And so that was kind of a fun thing to do, and read a book about some turtles. Then on Wednesday, we get into the Bible story of David and Goliath. It's a fun one. Who doesn't like, as a child, thinking about a giant falling down to somebody a child size? Some of the activities we do there is we do read the story, and then we do a little shoe comparison. And I have made what I think might be a Goliath-sized foot and a David-sized foot. And I compare my shoe and their shoes. So we do a little ordering there. So if you want to make something ahead of time, it's kind of fun too to have the kids put their foot on a giant foot. And maybe even stick a pipe cleaner through there, make it into kind of a flip-flop and see if they can walk around in them. That's just kind of a fun activity for them to do. Also on that day, I have a slingshot that I have made simply out of craft sticks and a balloon. And I took a little rock, took a stuffed animal that I have, and we saw if the slingshot would knock him down. So if that is something you'd like to prepare ahead of time as well, you can do that with your child. Then we also make our own little bag of stones like David had. The template for this will be on Facebook, or excuse me, will be there for you to print off. A link will be there with it on Wednesday when we do this. There's two pieces. This is what you'd find when you go to print it off. They can cut it out, color it, punch the holes in, sew it closed, and then they can have their own little pouch for their 5 stones. And our stones simply were a piece of tin foil that we tore up and then rolled up in 2 balls. Little fine motor activity for them there. One other thing we threw in on Wednesday, David and Goliath, complete opposites. We talked a little bit about opposites and looked at a few different opposites. On Friday, we talked about magnets. So just ahead of time, if your child happens to have some magnet objects around the house, a magnet wand or something like that, it'd be a good thing to have on hand. We do explore different objects that I have. Were they magnetic? Weren't they magnetic? We talked about repelling and attraction, North Pole and South Pole, and read a nonfiction book about it, and ended the time together by doing a little magnetic painting. Here's how I did it. So if you happen to have these kinds of supplies on hand, I had a magnet wand, and I have a magnetic ball. So I taped a piece of paper to a tray, put the ball on here, put some paint on here, and then took the wand behind and moved it to create the painting that we did together. So if you happen to have those supplies and you want to have those ready for Friday, that's what we did then. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other videos. Have a great week, everybody.